Hi, Rauf. Happy to see these essays. Let's take a look at them. Okay, English and Homestay. Dear Hamiltons, I hope this letter finds you well. I am contact program, as you have already been informed by the program staff. I am Rauf who will stay with you during the summer. I would like to underline that I come from an extended family, so I will easily get used to yours as well. You don't need a comma here. In addition, it would be better to let you know that my flight is on 15th of June, and an airplane will land at 10 p.m. in local time. The airport. Besides, it will be my first time in the UK, so could you please respond to the following questions? What is the weather like there in summertime? Do I need to take with me jacket? What about the currency? Can I bring US dollars, or should I change it for pounds? Okay. Thanks in advance. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Yours sincerely. Okay. All right. It's a short letter, so I wanted to read it first before I gave you my corrections. So, I wasn't really. I would prefer if you addressed it, dear Hamilton family. Maybe dear Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton probably would be my preferred choice. This was fine. I felt like some of the language, Rauf, was not really natural. It lacked that kind of naturalness of expression that I kind of expect, okay? So, okay, so it just felt a little unnatural for me. As you have been informed by the program staff. Okay. This too. And I will be staying with you during the summer. Just feels a little more appropriate. This too I would like to underline. It's kind of out of nowhere. So maybe you could have just said, sometimes, simpler is better. So you could have just said, to tell you a few things about myself, I come from an extended family, so I am sure that I will get used to yours easily as well. It just feels a little more the way we write and the way we speak. Okay. I wasn't a huge fan of this being here. I would prefer, basically use this as a guide for how to structure your essay, your letter. So this should come first, this should come second, that should come third. It's a guideline, so stick to it. It's not a bad outline to follow, all right? So this was incorrect. It would be better to let you know. It's just an incorrect expression here. So instead you could say, I would like to let you know that my flight is on da-da-da, and it will arrive da-da-da. You didn't need the in here, at 10 o'clock local time. Here I want you to be a little more polite. So there is a whole range of expressions that we use in order to say we want things without actually directly saying them, all right? It's called indirect language. So what I want you to do is look up some expressions for formal letter writing. I think a lot of these will really help you. I'm sure they're all over the internet. So if you don't have a good book on letter writing, that is what I would advise you to do. So look up some expressions for formal letter writing. So what you're really trying to say is that you want them to pick you up, but you don't want to say it directly, because that's what we do in formal language. We kind of say things indirectly. So what you want to say here perhaps is, I was wondering if it would be possible for one of you to meet me at the airport. Okay? That's one way to say it. Now here, besides is also an inappropriate linker. So there were a couple of problems with linking devices too. You could have just said, since it will be my first time in the UK, I would like some information on the following questions. Again, it's not a direct question. You're just kind of indirectly asking for what you want. So, could you tell me what the weather is like in summertime? Would you recommend that I need a jacket? I was also wondering about the currency I should bring. I was uncertain if I should bring US dollars or if I should exchange my money for British pounds. So do you see how I changed it? I'm asking in a not direct way, and this is considered more formal. Okay? Also, in a formal letter, we're not going to say thanks. That's informal. We're going to say thank you. So that's about it for this. This was fine. This was fine. Okay, so having finished with that, let's go on to your task 2. All right, now let's take a look at task 2. So, should you change jobs? Should you stay in the same job? Let's see what you said. Experts throughout the developing and developed world have debated whether workers should stick to one workplace or change it for new opportunities. Some support the idea of working for only one organization till retirement. Note that. However, personally, I strongly disagree. This essay will argue both ideas using examples from the USA government and Japanese people's ideology to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Lovely. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that concentrating on one employee can be the signal for an employer to rely on a worker and consider further promotions. The central reason behind this is that employers seek the person who dedicates his or her entire career to the company and provides them with not only regular perks and benefits, but also additional fringe benefits. For example, most Japanese people consider having a single employer during their lifetime and consequently what? Now, I think this should be most Japanese people choose to have a single employer during their lifespan and consequently boast about the variety of motivational benefits you possess, not really own. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that working for the same company holds lots of advantages itself. Well, or just full stop here after advantages, honestly. On the other hand, although there is a case for remaining in the same company, the impact of changing workplace cannot be overstated. This is largely because job changes urge people to master new skills and qualifications to be able to compete in a challenging work environment and therefore obtain substantial salary and extra benefits. For example, a recent empirical survey by the USA government demonstrated that 74% of all employees have declared lack of challenging environment and insufficient motivation, no S, as the reasons for changing job. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that moving to a new job is essential for personal improvements. To conclude, I firmly believe that job changes play an undeniable role in employees' personal improvement and job satisfaction. It is predicted that demand for changing jobs will increasingly grow in importance. All right, Rauf, this was really nice. Yeah, okay, there were a couple little problems, but on the whole, it was really well done. It read much more easily than your task 1. The language was much more natural. Yeah, okay, you were sticking really faithfully to the template, but that's fine because it worked for you and you did a nice job at it, okay? So I'm happy with this one. All right, so go ahead now and correct your essays, add to your error correction list, and think about also what I said in terms of your task 1 with finding some formal language that would help you in your letter writing. Okay, so what else do I want to tell you? Like I said, this was good, but your task 1 was definitely the weak link in this set of essays. So, all right, I'll be waiting to see your next essays, so good luck writing.